My name is Jamie Rogers. I'm the VP of Operations here at Western Protection Alliance. Today I'd like to discuss various levels of medical personnel that are typically deployed into the mining environment. In a nutshell, there's a small number of medical personnel that can be potentially properly utilized in the mining environment, so I'll only cover those particular designations. So the first one is an OFA 3, Occupational First Aid Level 3, which is now called Advanced First Aid here in British Columbia. The next one is a PCP, or Primary Care Paramedic. The third one would be an Advanced Care Paramedic. The fourth one would be an RN, which is a registered nurse. And of course, the fifth one would be a nurse practitioner, which is pretty close to physician level of medical capabilities. So to jump back to the first level of medical expertise, which is the OFA 3 or the Advanced First Aid, they're typically deployed in large numbers in a mining environment or an industrial environment for that matter. They can also be utilized in conjunction with other disciplines. In our industry, quite often we'll have what we call dual certified personnel. They are occupational first aid and security, which means that basically they can function in one role until the next role is required, and then they can quickly change hats and proceed into the next role. An example that would be access control, and then there's a rollover on the road. They could quickly switch their proverbial hat and go become a first aid attendant and attend that accident scene. So typically occupational first aid or advanced first aid personnel are utilized in environments that are 20 minutes or more from a hospital. The next level, primary care paramedic, they have quite a bit more medical capability, and their role in a mining environment or in any industrial environment is primarily to package people for transport to the hospital. They also have a number of other capabilities that they can utilize in a clinical environment in the mine, such as an IV or some pain medication such as Entonox. They can also hand out Tylenols and other over-the-counter medications. And then the next level is an advanced care paramedic. Their scope of practice is quite a bit higher than a primary care paramedic, and they can do a number of things that are more advanced in the medical realm, such as intubation, in some cases suturing, as well as they're able to administer higher level of pain medications such as morphine and other barbiturates. The next level of medical expertise that could potentially be utilized in the mine would be a registered nurse, an RN. Now, the primary difference between a paramedic and a nurse is that a nurse is more often utilized in a clinical environment, whereas a paramedic is more a field medic that would attend an accident scene and package somebody for transport. The nurse, on the other hand, utilized in a mining environment, is also something that could be considered for larger mines that are further out, just due to the fact that the personnel on the site feel much more comfortable knowing that they have a nurse that they can go and see if they're not feeling well or if they have a question about their health. It's quite a nice level of medical expertise to have on site from a camp personnel perspective. The next level after that, of course, is a nurse practitioner, which is very close to being a physician, and we rarely see that in remote location deployments. It should also be mentioned that anything above a primary care paramedic level often utilizes medical oversight. So here at Western Protection, if we deploy a primary care paramedic, they're always supported by our medical oversight company. Now, the medical oversight company basically provides a doctor 24/7 in any province across Canada that's available within 5 minutes of a phone call. So if one of our paramedics is up against a situation where he has questions or needs authorization to do something beyond or slightly out of his scope, he will contact the doctor, and then the doctor will in turn guide the paramedic through whatever procedure needs to take place prior to the individual being shipped out to a hospital. I think that basically covers all the medical personnel that would typically be utilized in a mining environment. If you have any questions or you'd like additional information about this and you're in Canada, please reach out to us at 604-2717-475 or drop us an email at info@westernalliance.ca, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.